Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here with my first Madden 25 video, and along with that, this is my first ever Madden video on PlayStation, I believe. So if you guys are excited, let me know down in the comments below which team you want me to rebuild next. But in today's video, we will be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons, but with Matthew Judon and the new addition of Justin Simmons. The Falcons aren't currently in contract talks with Matthew Judon because evidently they didn't do that. So they said they got him for a third-round pick, but already they're having problems with Matthew Judon's contract. Hopefully I can fix that here today. If you guys are wondering my first impressions on this Madden, it clearly needs updates off the rip as it did with Madden 24. In the beginning of Madden 24 when I was trying to play franchise, it just felt really slow. Same thing here. And also the graphics like on these face scans, the face scans look really good, but the overall players don't look as good as I thought they would be. And this layout honestly just looks worse than Madden 24's. I don't know why. I don't know, it doesn't look as clean. The background looks nicer. I don't like the red ring around the players. Like, I can clearly see which player I'm on, but it feels weird to me. But obviously, that is not the point of today's video. With the Atlanta Falcons here, getting Justin Simmons and Matthew Judon within the same 2-day period is amazing. This defense is actually looking really good. I'm still always going to hate the Falcons for picking Rook Roro over Judon Newton or Byron Murphy. I mean, Byron Murphy was picked in the first round, but still, Michael Penix has normal dev here, which makes sense for him because he's a day 2 prospect that was picked in the top 10. But still, hopefully we can develop him if Kirk Cousins doesn't work out, which, spoiler alert, he's not going to. He has normal dev. He's 36 years old. He's going to do absolutely nothing for the team. So I plan to move on from Kirk Cousins after the first season because, as always, I try to rebuild the team within 4 to 5 years. It's really hard to do that if I have an older player just sitting above him who's only going to regress while Michael Penix will only progress depending on what you have. And then for the schemes, these are always the meta here. I changed to a 4-3 for the Falcons. I know they're a 3-4 in real life. This is my rebuild. Dallas will always be goated because one of the main devs at EA is a Dallas fan. So, of course, they're going to be cracked in every simulation along with their playbooks. But once again, I think the Falcons did a really good move in the offseason. I don't think they're going to go deep in the playoffs, but I think they will easily win their division if, of course, the team stays healthy and you actually utilize Bijan correctly. With Kirk Cousins, you got Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore, who I believe is actually injured for the entirety of the first season. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry, but I'm going to bench him just for this first season because he is not available at this time. So we're going to start out with that. Everyone else looks good here. And yeah, Rook Roro comes with star dev. It seems like there's no way they gave him superstar dev. Justin Simmons, that's a nice addition. Judon is nice, but at the same time, he is 32, and I believe Justin Simmons is 30 here. So he's not 32 quite exactly, but they're on the older side. But it's nice knowing that the Falcons made some moves here, realizing that their division, definitely the NFC South, is the weakest division in the NFL right now. And then I would say, yeah, easily the Falcons should be able to take this if Kirk Cousins performs like how he was performing with the Vikings. Obviously, you're not going to get the same production without Justin Jefferson, but hopefully Drake London or Kyle Pitts will have a huge breakout here with Kirk Cousins. But anyways, apart from that, let's move into year number 1 for Madden 25. And I already got to say that this sim is a lot faster. I'm also using an offline sim. I don't really like the online sims. The offline sims are simming really cleanly, even though the other part of the game does feel slow. But we're already here at the midseason mark here, so that's sick. And they show all these different stats. I would like to just see if we won or not. I don't really care about the individual stats, I'm not going to lie. Oh, this is actually so sick. You can move around and see. This is way better. This is way better. I like this display format a lot better. You can see who's top in passing yards. Baker Mayfield's balling in sim. He usually always does. You can see who's leading the league in interceptions. This is so much better. It's so much better visually, I would say. But again, the game does feel a little bit slow to me at times. But I guess EA will make some patches over time. And of course, the graphics don't look amazing. But the layout does look a lot better here. But we are 2-5 at the midseason mark. So either I'm terrible already with the playbooks, or I guess I just don't know ball, and Kirk Cousins is just terrible in simulation. I like Kirk Cousins in real life. But for choosing a draft class, I'm going to do keeping auto-generated rookies. I know everyone wants to see the 2025 draft class. It's completely unrealistic in my opinion, and I know some people will be like, oh, well, it's completely realistic. What are you talking about? No, there's plenty of times where we will see a prospect who is a top 5 prospect, and then out of nowhere at the end of the year, that top 5 prospect is just irrelevant, and they're like a day 3, day 2 pick, which day 2 isn't necessarily irrelevant, but they're not nearly as good as what they were projected. So whenever the draft gets closer, I will actually load in the real playbooks. I hate it whenever Madden YouTubers just load in the exact same playbook. They know which players are good and which are bad, which ones have hidden devs and which they don't, and then they just abuse it all throughout the franchises. So I want to keep it auto-generated rookies so that way I can go into the draft blindly and draft fairly. And for the scouting and national focus, in real life, honestly, I would do QB. I like Michael Penix in real life, but top 10 pick, I don't know if that was a great move with Kirk Cousins' contract. But here, I guess I'm going to do middle linebacker here. And for the players ready to negotiate, AJ Terrell here, absolutely want him back. 5-year contract. Again, like this format, it's obviously the same, but just different coloring. Look at the superstar logo. Doesn't that look pixelated to you? Is it just me? Or does like also the 89 overall? I don't like the pale green for the higher overalls. I liked it whenever it was dark green. I know that's something to be extremely picky about, but still, Richie Grant, I don't want. He's 26 years old, about to be 27, and then he'll start regression. I don't really need a second string strong safety. Rondale Moore, I kind of don't want either. Drew Dahlman doesn't have an interest with the team. Everyone else here, I just don't really think I'm interested in. I'll take that option for Drake London. And everyone else here. Now that I think about it, Richie Grant wouldn't be horrible. Yeah, this is a really cheap contract, and it's only 2 years. I'll actually take that just as a depth safety. Everyone else here can walk. Don't really care about them. Yeah, Rondale Moore, I'm not even going to give him a chance with the Falcons. I know he was out for some time. He had some type of injury, so he didn't even get a chance with us, but it's whatever. 2-5, let's move into the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs, going 9-8, actually making the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Panthers, and we get to see our previous week loss as well, not just week 18. We also get to see week 17. I know it sounds like I'm glazing, but the format is, everyone can agree, it's not cleaner, but it's definitely more statistic based, which is what you want in franchise. And I love to see it like this. I love to see the playoff bracket like this for the NFC South. We didn't win the NFC South. Baker Mayfield's just a baller in simulation. That's to be expected. And then Carolina and Saints suck. That's also to be expected. But stats and awards, let's see what we got here. Kirk Cousins, almost top 10 here for passing touchdowns and passing yards. 16th best offense, 2nd best defense. So I guess I got the meta defense. But Kirk, really not bad. But like in real life, this is obviously good with a 97 pass rating. In Madden, it's obviously a little bit different. These are nice stats. But again, this dude's only going to regress. It's time to develop Michael Penix, just because I know, like, I only have 4 years to develop. Michael Penix doesn't even have a dev, so it's going to be really hard to develop him. But Kirk Cousins hopefully can lead us to something in this year. But Bijan with 1,000 yards, 4.2 average, 6 touchdowns. I'd like him to get more carries than just that. And then Darnell Mooney with 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Drake London with almost 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts with 7 touchdowns. Defensively, Caden Ellis with 95 tackles. Tackles for a loss here, 17 for Matthew Judon, 12 for Arnold Ebiketie, 10 for Grady Jarrett. Sacks, 15.5 for Judon, 7.5 for Jarrett. 7 for Caden Ellis. That's nice to see. 2.5 for David Onyemata. Interception, 6 for Mike Hughes. Why? Okay, he's going to get star dev. That's awesome to see if he doesn't already have it. And then safeties on the team, 0. Then Mike Hughes with the defensive touchdown. So I'm assuming we're going to get absolutely smacked here by the San Francisco 49ers. And can I see the win or loss? Okay, did we win? Okay, I can't even comprehend. Okay, so the Niners won. Did they? No, they did. No, because we're not playing anyone in the division. I have to just process this, and this is a process for me and you guys. So yeah, I got to think about this for a second. Obviously, we did lose. We're in negative cap room there. Can I see the score? I guess I physically have to go into the playoff bracket to see the score. 21-17. Our offense, our defense performed well, holding the Niners offense to only 21 points. Offense was obviously not the best, but still, it's a little bit weird how I can't just see the score off the rip here, as I have to scroll along and then I guess look at the playoff bracket. Bit odd. Hopefully they fix that. But for now, let's move into the offseason. And in the offseason, ooh, I like these numbers layouts and I like the contrast on the team logos. But Patrick Mahomes goes for the three-peat, beats the Niners once again. The Niners fans are an absolute shambles, and Mahomes wins another league MVP, and he wins the Offensive Player of the Year, and Andy Reid wins Coach of the Year. All right, TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year, Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year, and Edgerrin Cooper for the Packers wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Interesting. In the NFC South, Cam Jordan, Henry Anderson, and Levante David all retire. For the team upgrades offensively, Kyle Pitts goes to Superstar Dev. He's up to an 87 overall. And I'm going to complain about this. Why does this 77 overall look more of a green than this green? This looks like a yellowish green on the overall for Chris Lindstrom. I don't like that. It's because, like, whenever you see a dark green player, you know that they're a higher overall. And the light green is a lower overall, but then the yellow and the red and the orange is obvious. Like, well, I don't know why they would change that. I don't know if it's just me being picky or if I'm bugging about that. Either way, Kirk Cousins down to a 77 overall without the morale boost. He went from an 85 to a 77 within one season. It's going to be Michael Penix is the guy. I can't develop Kirk Cousins. It's as simple as that. I know he had a good season for us, but we're not going to be able to go long term with Kirk Cousins. That's the reality of it. Tyler Algier, I might trade just so that way I can get Bijan more work. Honestly, I think Algier should be a Baltimore Raven. It just makes a lot of sense. Matthew Judon, 15.5 sack season, gets some superstar X Factor. Ruka Roro gets star dev, and he will be the defensive tackle #1. Probably not rush defensive tackle as #1, as that will be Grady Jarrett's job. Then Mike Hughes goes from normal dev, I think, to superstar dev after having a 6 interception season. And then Justin Simmons goes down 3 overalls due to his age. Everyone else looks solid here. So for now, let's move into the re-signings. For the re-signings, Drake London has no interest with being with the team. What happened to that? He wants to be historic champs. Well, unfortunately, he got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm just going to accept his option for now. Rondale Moore, I'm in negative cap room. I can't afford you anyways. No, I can't get Mike Hughes back. I mean, he's 28 and a 75, but still, it would make sense to re-sign the guy who had 6 interceptions for your team. But really sucks that we can't have him. Negative $7.4 million in cap, and I know Kirk Cousins' contract in real life has an out on his contract after the second year, so I'm just going to have to deal with his contract for now, and since I have no money, I'm going to skip out on free agency and move to the draft. Oh, what? They got a draft video? Oh, the presentation is so much better in Madden. What happened? Where was this before? I like the presentation on this. I'm not going to lie. This looks a lot better, a lot cleaner for presentation, but again, the teams are pixelated. I understand it's a scoreboard or whatever, just a draft board that you see, but still there is some color updating they would need to do. Either way, I'm not glazing the game. The soundtrack is a lot better if you turn on the Travis Scott and the Green Day music and turn off the whatever, like Doja Cat music. Turn that off. But either way, looking at the draft board, okay, so I've skipped to my pick. This is so much better. Love the layout. Absolute baller. You're going to see all the ABs. Oh my gosh. Eric Fitzgerald looks like an absolute baller, and I might just draft me a new edge as well. Can I not go up and down between players? I'm hitting left trigger, right trigger. Well, L2, R2 or whatever on PlayStation, and I can't scroll between players? Are you kidding me? I have to manually back up and choose one player one by one and back out of the entire thing? So I go here, and then if I want to view the next player, I go here. But what do I do to view the next player? I have to manually back out each individual player to look through this? That's so lame. It didn't do that in the last one. But either way, Desmond Burton here looks pretty good. 5'10", 205 out of West Virginia. Elite acceleration, only solid speed though. Ran a 4.43 on his college pro day. Good strength, great change direction. He has C catching, B zone coverage, but he also has A man coverage. Then this guy, Carl Blackstock here out of Memphis. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Physicals very well balanced here. Not as fast, but A catching, B press, B zone coverage. A lot more balanced here, but I wouldn't say more athletic. He's just a lot more balanced of a player there, and for some reason it's glitching out and there's no, okay, I don't know why. Okay, and I didn't even make the pick. Did I pick something? I picked something, I guess. What? Desmond Burton. I didn't even get to see. Okay, I did not click select. I was backing up and I pressed circle to back out and it just picked Desmond Burton. Hopefully he's good. EA Sports for you. Bro, what? I didn't make these picks. Who did I pick? I did not pick anyone. Is the draft timers off? Does it automatically just do it? I didn't pick that wide receiver. I swear, dude. I turned the draft timer off. Look, and now it's running again? In my league option, it's off. Look, draft timer off, and it still runs the draft timer. It doesn't even pause it automatically. It just doesn't show you when it's counting down. I did not pick that receiver. And then, oh, I got Stud Finder achievement. Draft a rookie with the hidden dev trait. Oh, so the other two weren't hidden devs? Okay, that's unfortunate. So I'm picking up this middle linebacker. I would just honestly like to see what the middle linebacker looks like. Can I skip to that? I don't really care. There we go. Kelvin Morris here. So yeah, the other guys, as you can see, I clearly didn't draft. The AI just picked them for me. But Calvin Morris here, 90 speed. He had elite speed. Dude looks like a cornball in that vest. Hidden dev, looks really good. A awareness, B man coverage, B block shedding, A play rec, A zone coverage, and B hit power. So looks good. All right, looking into the draft recap, Desmond Burton has a high overall here, but he's normal dev. Typical EA. And then it looks like Melvin Harriet seems to be a baller. Hidden dev here. Go EA. WEA. I know the switch up is crazy. And then finally the third round where I actually picked 74 and then I just simulated the rest of the draft. Jalen Carroll doesn't seem that bad, but rest of the team is just whatever. And now since Andy Dalton does have the mentor tag, I'm just going to be signing him for Michael Penix's development. After the draft, this is what we got going on for the team. Penix is going to be the starter. Andy Dalton's going to be the 2 to help give the XP. Kirk Cousins, I'm sorry, I'm just going to write out your contract. Harriet's going to be the... Does he be the slot? Yeah, I'd rather have Harriet as the number 2. Mooney be the slot. Is Harriet big? He's 6'1", 200, Wisconsin. Okay, so that's fine with me. He doesn't look necessarily bad. Long loading screen there. Need to get a new center eventually. O-line doesn't look horrible, though. Defensively, I moved Grady Jarrett to the inside with the Rook Ororo, and then we have Arnold Ebiketie, and then I'm going to move Morris, who's a 75 overall, to left outside linebacker. So despite the draft timer not working properly, not a bad offseason. Burton's a 78 overall. Hopefully he just completely balls out. I'd rather have Burton in my slot and at the number 2. Harriet, I guess I have to have him in the slot. Then we're going to have Bijan Robinson getting all the reps there. Morris is going to get all the reps as well. And then we got all that. Just need to change my DB to the slot DB to get more reps. And then we have Michael Penix as our day 1 starter. Yeah, Burton's a 76 overall in the slot, so I don't know why the AI just wouldn't have him there in the first place. And currently, we are coming off back-to-back wins. Where is my team record? We are 6-1 with Michael Penix at the helm. We have a bye week here. W coming off a Aaron Rodgers W 29-10 against the Jets. Team looks nice. And then I hate to say it, but Caden Ellis, I like him in real life. I like him in Madden even, but he is getting older and I do plan to replace him. So I'm just going to keep middle linebacker and I just need an outside linebacker replacement anyway. So I'm just going to keep middle linebacker as the scouting national focus. Then we have Kyle Pitts here who has no interest for the team. Why is that? He doesn't like the scheme fit? Womp womp, buddy. We're like, what's the record? 6-1? Like, why don't you like winning? How about that? Tyler Algier, I'm going to trade him. Ebiketie, I like. I got to manage this money. I know I'm going to cut Kirk Cousins' contract after this season, but still. Arnold Ebiketie wants $12 million a year for doing what? What have you done so far? Exactly, nothing. Grady Jarrett, I wouldn't mind back for another year, but his overall is going to go down, which will make his contract cheaper, so I'm going to wait on that. Caleb McGarry doesn't want to be here. David Onyemata's all right. And then, yeah, even Caden Ellis doesn't want to be here. And then Bijan Robinson, I'll probably accept his option. But for now, I really want to should I just pay out Kyle Pitts? It's going to be a massive contract. Yeah, I'm just going to pay him out anyways. I need him on my team. I'm not changing the scheme because guess what? I'm winning with the scheme. So womp womp, buddy. But either way, Tyler Algier, I'm going to trade him. And let's see where he goes to. So I could probably get a 2nd-round pick from the Chargers for Tyler Algier, but I think a 3rd and like a 6 would be like a realistic bargain for Tyler Algier here. He's a solid running back. He could be a number 1 in a lot of people's schemes. So Chargers had interest. He's off to the Los Angeles Chargers. And Arnold Ebiketie here, depending on how he plays, I will re-sign him. Then Grady Jarrett, depending on how much money I have at the end of the year, I will re-sign him as well. But that's all we got for now. We are 6-1. Let's see how we do in the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we finish 12-5 here, and we are top of the division. We are the 3 seed. I like that it shows the potential seeds as well, like the Saints being a 9 seed potentially, if of course 9 seeds were allowed in the playoffs. Obviously the first 7 seeds for each conference, but I really like this, and it shows we can just view the standings in general, right? Yeah, we can. That's so much better. Love that. But we are here to face the 9-8 Philadelphia Eagles. We are a higher overall than them, and I like how it highlights the green, which is just better and which is not off the rip. It's great to see, but it says, I mean, other than the fact that we have the same offense, but it says their offense is better than ours. Maybe it's like 88.5 or something like that, down to the very small statistics here. But Michael Penix, for his first season, honestly, it looks better than Kirk Cousins. 20th best offense, though, 11th best defense. I mean, 32 touchdowns. Very similar to Kirk Cousins here. Slightly higher pass rating, slightly more touchdowns, 1 more interception, and slightly less yards. So I'm just going to keep him as the QB. He got sacked 44 times. I feel like that's a lot. I'm going to be honest. I know I played this game for a lot. Yeah, that's I feel like that's a lot. I feel like I'm really stupid for saying that, but yeah. Rushing wise, Bijan with 1,000 yards, 4.3 per carry, 11 touchdowns here. Receiving wise, Drake London with almost 1,000 yards, very good ball distribution here, 10 touchdowns though. And then Melvin Harriet with 7 touchdowns, 900 yards. Kyle Pitts with 700 yards and only 3 touchdowns. Darnell Mooney with a solid season as well. Then Caden Ellis, 102 tackles, along with Calvin Morris, the rookie, who seemed to be doing pretty well with the tackles for a loss as well. Tackles for a loss, 16 for Matthew Judon, 14 for Arnold Ebiketie. Sacks, 17.5 for Matthew Judon, 7 for Arnold Ebiketie. Does this deserve a re-sign for like $13 million a year? I mean, he's a tackle for a loss, like monster here. It seems like not a monster, but very well. Grady Jarrett, 6.5 sacks, 4 sacks for Roro, and then 6 interceptions for Desmond Burton. I guess the DB number 2 just goes crazy in this game. Hopefully, he gets started with that great season from him. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, 1 for Justin Simmons and 1 for Jesse Bates, the safety duo. Can we get our first wild card win here in this simulation with Michael Penix? And it seemed, did we? I guess it seems like we did not. All right. I guess I have to check the playoff bracket once again. We lose 20-28 against the Eagles, and we will move on to the offseason. And the Dolphins beat the Niners, dude. The Niners fans, I say it so many times that they're in shambles, but this is like, this got to be a curse. How many Super Bowls losses in a row is that? You lost the Ravens in 2013. You lost the Chiefs in 2019, and then you lost them again recently, and then you lost them last year in this simulation. Now you lost the Dolphins. Absolute tragedy for Niners fans. Jalen Ramsey wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes goes to win back-to-back league MVPs here. Brandon Ayuk with the Niners wins Offensive Player of the Year, and then Desmond Burton Defensive Rookie of the Year. You love to see it. In the NFC South, Demario Davis, Adam Thielen, Andy Dalton, and David Bakhtiari all retire. And then Michael Penix does get started. That is huge for the development of this team. He was pretty solid last year, but he's already 26. Such an old rookie due to the extra years in football, extra 2 years really. And Harriet only started, but that's fine with me. I like the receiving core, especially with the 90 overall Kyle Pitts here. Then it looks like the offensive line is developing well with the center. And then anyone else here? Oh, Burton goes from normal to superstar. Yes, dude. Holy crap. Did they fix this XP problem in Madden? Yes, dude. I'm so glad that they gave you so much more XP. In previous Maddens, I know I'm glazing here, but in previous Maddens, it's like, oh, you won Rookie of the Year? Here's Star Dev and an extra 1 XP. They never, and here, I started out with a 78 overall after preseason, 77 before preseason, and then I just jumped to an 86 overall without the boost, and I got Superstar Dad for winning Rookie of the Year, even though CJ Stroud won Rookie of the Year and had arguably one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. EA was like, how about like Superstar Dev or Star Dev and 81 overall? But here I'm glad Madden and EA actually used their brain and decided to do something useful for once here with their game. I mean, it's still got some work to do, but overall, I'm very glad that they added that. Morris is an 80 overall with Stardev. Team is shaping up nicely. Maybe I still need another DB here, but Caden Ellis is going to walk. I'm still going to need help on the linebacking core, and then Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata are getting pretty old. I'm running out of cap room too. How much would it cost? Dude, Kirk is already down to a 69. Damn, he's a mentor tag, but I ain't paying a mentor. I'm gonna keep it an absolute buck. Releasing Kirk will free up cap space, but will incur $25 million. I'll save money doing it, but will it help me? I mean, will it help me if I do it next season? Whatever. I'm just gonna cut him now. I'm not paying almost $40 million a year for a mentor QB. I'll deal with that later. We save a little bit of money. Let's move into the re-signings. For the re-signings, Bijan, I'll accept his option. Arnold Ebiketie, I'll give him player friendly. If he doesn't want this, he can walk. $16 million for a guy that's given me 7 sacks in 1 season. Like, that's really not the best, but I would like to have him on the team, and he re-signs with the team. Grady Jarrett, I wouldn't mind just for 1 more season, so he's going to re-sign on that. I have $15 million left. David can walk, and everyone else here I'm not interested in. So I'm just going to peek in free agency to see if there's anything of value there worth $15 million. So obviously I don't have a lot of cap room to work with here, so I'm just getting a 1-year Band-Aid temporary player and defensive back, Xavier Howard. He's 77 overall. He's 33 years old. Again, just a 1-year signing. Need him as a DB3. So even though his physical as well as athleticism really is actually kind of good here, other than his jumping, which really doesn't matter for my offensive lineman, he looks great. I need a center. I don't really need too much else. Brendan, whatever here, I didn't even get to see the name. Brendan Friedman, A+ pick here. Apparently, I like that they brought these overviews back. Excellent pick. Hidden dev, 87 strength, 82 acceleration, A's and B's across the board. Now, I need a right tackle, but the right tackles on the board currently suck, so I'm going to pick up Teddy Jordan here. He's 322 pounds, 6'2". Sure, I don't care if he's agile. I need a right tackle because I lost Caleb McGarry. Teddy Jordan here, and please just, I don't even care about this commentating part. I know it's cool individually if you're playing, but Teddy Jordan, This is all I care about right here. Hidden dev, 90 strength, 76 jumping, 79 acceleration, A's and B's across the board for his skills. And now I'm going to be signing Jacoby Brissett as the new mentor for Michael Penix. Hopefully he doesn't confuse him with the different playing styles. Obviously, that's not really a factor, I'm just saying. And I guess picking up a center or any offensive lineman in the first round significantly affects their overall, because in previous Maddens, I usually would never pick an offensive lineman in the first round because you can find them so easily in the second and third, but I guess it really makes a difference because Jordan I got in the late second round, I believe, and he was only a 72 overall. But either way, this works out for us. Brissett is going to be the number 2 for the XP. Team's looking a lot better. 87 overall team. I'm still not going to get over that stupid coloring that they decided to add in the game. This guy got in the later rounds. And then everyone else here doesn't look bad. Xavier Howard's going to be the 3 specialist-wise. Like what we have, Aurora is now the rush defensive tackle. Everything else looks fine here. Let's move that down. Arnold Ebiketie, Darnell Mooney. Things look good. 87 overall team. Hopefully Michael Penix can slowly improve here. Year number 3 for the Falcons. Let's move into the midseason mark. Even though I improved the team is now 3-4. Okay, EA. Sure. For the scouting national focus, I think I'm just going to keep it on middle linebacker again. I still haven't fixed that position. And for the players ready to negotiate, Jesse Bates. I don't care how old he is. The dude's going to last forever on this team. 22 million a year. Ooh, deal maker achievement. Re-signing 90+ overall player for the Madden 25 achievement. I've already unlocked 11% of achievements for Madden 25, and I just loaded this thing up an hour ago. But Drake London doesn't want to be here because he wants to be historic champs, dude. You're on the Falcons. Maybe I'll wait until the offseason to see how that does. Our left guard wants the team to have a franchise QB. He wants to be historic champs. Maybe we get the franchise QB at the end of the year. Also, why does my left guard demand $10 million a year, dude? You're absolutely bugging. You're an 80 overall. Calm down. And then Darnell Mooney, he's about to start regression. It wouldn't be a bad contract. I'm just going to wait till the end of the year. Judon just doesn't want to be here. He wants to be historic champs. Dude, come on. Like, come on, man. Either way, Richie Grant, I don't think I want him anymore. He's going to be dropping below a 76 overall at the end of this year. Justin Simmons is already an 82. Man, he wants to be historic champs as well. I'm sorry that you chose to join the Atlanta Falcons, dude. But anyone else here, Xavier Howard, Grady Jarrett. A lot of these I'm just going to have to wait until the end of the season. I'm going to lose a lot of players here. Young Weiku, sorry. Yeah, I don't quite know how I feel about this. Michael Penix, I'm going to accept that option. A lot of these guys either just don't want to be here or I'm just iffy about their contracts. So for now, we're just going to move into the playoffs and see what we have. And I'm guessing we missed the playoffs because we're 10-7. There's no way we got a first round bye. We went 10-7 and missed the playoffs. In what world is the NFC so stacked to where a 10-7 team can't make it? That's outrageous to me. What world are the Giants 12-5? Come on. Stats and awards, Michael Penix looks a lot better. His passing touchdowns went down though, but 14th best offense in the NFL, 12th best defense. We're kind of just middle of the road team. 17 interceptions, not better. Passer ratings down, touchdowns are down, yards are up. But really not what we want to see from him. He got sacked less this year with his new offensive line. You'd like to see that. Rushing-wise, Bijan, I really expected him to be doing a lot better here. Why is he getting such little attempts? We're in the Dallas multiple zone run scheme. Fumbled the ball twice, 11 touchdowns, 4.1 per carry. I figured he's a higher overall too. Why won't it show me that here? But either way, underwhelming for Bijan, in my opinion. But Drake London, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Great season from him. Melvin Harriet with 4 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Darnell Mooney, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 3 touchdowns, 600 yards. Defensively, Dwayne Arnold here. Is that Dwayne Arnold? Arnaud, my bad. A middle linebacker that we drafted. Rookie season, already had 2.5 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, and 107 tackles. Great rookie year for him. Then at 15 tackles for a loss for Ruka Ororo as the starting rush defensive tackle and 7.5 sacks. So he seems to be doing pretty good. And then 11 tackles for a loss for Arnold Ebiketie, 8 for Judon. Sacks 16.5 for Judon as he continues to ball out. Rook Ororo, I guess I'm just going to start calling him Rook. And that last name is crazy, dude. But 7.5 sacks, 7.5 for Arnold Ebiketie, 2.5 for the middle linebacker. Interceptions-wise, we have 8 for A.J. Terrell is crazy. Then Desmond Burton with 2 safeties on the team is going to be 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Desmond Burton. And the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Not even the Eagles can get revenge on the Chiefs. Eagles and Niners fans in tragedy, in purgatory right now. Lamar Jackson wins another league MVP, but no Super Bowls. Typical Lamar. And he wins Offensive Player of the Year. But there are no awards here for the Falcons. And my entire team just straight up retires. That's cool. So yeah, I'm going into the 4th and final season, and I'm completely screwed, but at least my center has superstar dev, so that's nice to draft at first round center. And then this right tackle, I'm not going to move him to left tackle. I guess I'm just going to draft or sign a left tackle. Everyone else looks pretty good here. Bijan's up to a 93, and he's still only giving me like 4.1 per carry. Penix, I need him to magically develop in the 4th season. We'll probably play a 5th season. Justin Simmons is like washed out here in Madden, obviously not in real life. I have to clarify that because I'm sure I'll get some comments I've had before. And then Judon, our sack leader, just completely up and left us. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is we're screwed. Brandon Dolores, you're 6'3", almost 290, dude. You're definitely more of a defensive tackle. Yeah, but either way, we are screwed. AJ Terrell goes up to Superstar X Factor. Clark Phillips, I'm fine with him being the 3. Really? This guy, after having his rookie season? Like, this rookie season isn't good enough for star dev. Triple-digit tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks as a rookie middle linebacker isn't good enough to get starred. Seems a bit unfair to me, but I'm not going to change it. Either way, this is what we got going on for the team. I'm going to need to make some heavy moves in free agency. In free agency, Drake London, I got to just overpay for him. $24 million a year. Here he signs with the team. Michael Penix, I'll accept the option just in case we play a 5th season. This left guard, like, I really got to pay $14 million for an 81 overall. I guess I have to. Here he signs with the team. Richie Grant, he's a 74 I don't want. Justin Simmons, he just doesn't want to be here. Like, if I even overpaid for him, $9 million a year for an 80 overall safety who's only going to regress. I'm going to let him walk. Darnell Mooney, honestly, hasn't been bad for us. Even though he's 29, I'll keep this. This isn't a bad contract. That's reasonable for the numbers he's been giving us. I like that. Clark Phillips, honestly, isn't a bad number 3. He's only 25 years old as well. So 3-year contract for him. He re-signs for us. And then everyone else here, Jacoby Brissett. Can I keep him as a mentor? He's interested with staying with the team. Yeah, I'll just keep him as a mentor so that way I don't have to re-sign one. And then Young Hoku regressed from an 82 overall to a 78. I'm just going to get a new punter and a new kicker in free agency. And I need a new linebacker, new edge rusher, new left tackle. I'm cooked. Fred Warner is here, but he has no interest with the team. I'll change that with money. I guess the interest matters a lot more here, unless I can, like, I don't know, dude. I'm paying him $30 million a year. I'm going to have to, like, absolutely outrageously give this man a huge bonus. And Kyle Hamilton's here, but he also doesn't want to be here. Why does everyone want to be historic champs? Just play for the Cowboys. How about that? Even though they haven't won in so long. And I can't even become in contention with these guys, even regardless of the money. That's outrageous, dude. Then Ronnie Stanley. I could have had everything right here. I could have had everything just handed to me right here. No, I'm not giving up that much for Ronnie Stanley. I'm going to pay for Ronnie Stanley, but still. It's outrageous that I can't get these guys. I know it's like, oh, they have no interest. I don't care. Money should change the mind. And, of course, we didn't get not Justin Simmons. We didn't get Fred Warner or Kyle Hamilton because they don't care about money. I guess you would rather play with the Patriots, Kyle Hamilton. I guess huge motivations. I guess the motivations matters more than anything. But Ronnie Stanley signed with us regardless of his motivation. More like nobody wanted him except us. But yeah. All right, so these are the only guys I got because our interest sucks. I'm going to have to like probably make a trade for someone. Or either way, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. Ronnie Stanley for a 1-year deal. We got a new punter, new kicker. Maybe I play a 5th year after this, so who knows. So I just said screw it and used my first round pick anyways on new strong safety Malik Collins, B-, hidden dev, 88 speed, 89 acceleration, hidden dev is what matters here. Very balanced safety to replace Justin's. And then in round number 3, new middle linebacker Quincy Alexander, hidden dev, 6'2", 250, 91 speed, 87 acceleration, A awareness, and B's across the board. He looks good. All right, there's no way you're seriously telling me that I have to give up more than a 2nd and a 3rd in this upcoming draft for a 28-year-old 84 overall Jermaine Johnson. That's outrageous. So yeah, I guess I'm biting the bullet on this. My first round pick for 28-year-old Jermaine Johnson. I need a defensive end so desperately. So this is the team going into the 4th and potentially the final year. Maybe I'll do a 5th year if this does not work out because we have yet to win a playoff game. We've appeared in the playoffs twice, but offense looks really good here. 88 overall team. Jermaine Johnson's here now. Looks like the A. I picked up this guy named Marshall. Alexander's going to move up. Collins is a 73 overall. Defense does not look bad. I wish I still had Matthew Judon, though. I will not lie. Quincy Alexander is going to move all the way up. Ford, Bradford, got all that. Team looks great. Hopefully Bijan gets more involved here. this season. Penix, where is my QB? Where is Jacoby Brissett? Can I cut Jaren Hall? Jacoby Brissett is a 58 overall, but he has the mentor tag, so he's going to be the number 2 here to help give XP. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I don't know exactly, but 4th, potentially final year. I'm just going to simulate the playoffs. And we are 11-6, seed number 3, top of the division over the 11-6 Carolina Panthers, here to face the 10-7 Minnesota Vikings with, I'm assuming, J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy is a 95 overall superstar. My God, the devs must be glazing him so hard. But we are quite literally better than the Vikings in every way. We're 4 overalls higher, and I'm sure we're still going to lose, coming off a blowout loss to the Eagles in Week 18, 41-14. Michael Penix, I mean, the touchdowns aren't there, but the passing yards and pass rating has improved. 6th best offense, 12th best defense is what we like to see. Less interceptions, less touchdowns, but more passing yards, improved passer rating. He's doing all right. Not a top 10 pick, but great. But finally, Bijan, 1,300 yards, almost 5.0 per carry, 17 touchdowns. This is what I'm expecting from him. Another 2 fumble season from him, though. Then Drake London, 6 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Kyle Pitts, 900 yards, and then 5 touchdowns. And then Melvin Harriet here with 2 touchdowns, 800 yards. Darnell Mooney with 9 touchdowns, 800 yards. Great production from these guys here. Good ball distribution as well. Defensively, Quincy Alexander, the rookie, 110 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 8 pass deflections. Oh, that's got to be candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Great, amazing middle linebacker season, rookie middle linebacker season. Then 103 tackles for Calvin Morris here. Tackles for a loss, 13 for Jermaine Johnson, 10 for Calvin Morris, 10 for Rook, I should just say, then 8 for Arnold Ebiketie. Sacks, 11.5 for Jermaine Johnson and Arnold Ebiketie. So I guess spending the 1st round pick for Jermaine Johnson doesn't really seem like the worst decision here. 3 interceptions for Clark Phillips, and 8 pass deflections for him as well. Safeties on the team, 1 for Rook, and then defensive touchdowns, 1 for Clark Phillips. So we are better than the Minnesota Vikings in literally every way, and we have home field advantage. I'm going to be pissed if the AI makes us lose. We do not, as we beat them here to face these 9-8 San Francisco 49ers, and we are also better than them in every way, and we get home field advantage, but it's the Niners, so I'm just going to play the moment for this game. So, and just see what we have. I don't want to lose this whenever this far into the game. My God, the amount of X factors the Niners have is nuts. Here we are against the Niners. I don't even know who has what. Yeah, I like the scoreboard being on the bottom of the screen. 0-0 game in the second quarter. We start off, 14-0, 14-7. Nice start. 21-7 here. End of the half, 24-7, 27-7. Our team is blowing them out because our team is the better team. Blowing out the Niners at home. This is going to be an easy deal here. I like this scoreboard setup. Again, the format in this new Madden looks a lot better. I like that scoreboard a lot better. But we are going to be moving on to the conference championship with Michael Penix, but no Matthew Judon and no Justin Simmons because they retired or just didn't want to be on my team. Here to face the 15-2 Packers. We are better than them in every way, but they have home field advantage, which I'm sure matters more in Madden simulation. Let's see what we have. Here in Lambeau, what do we have? We're going to start out with a safety. 5-0 game. Interesting start here. I don't even know which direction we're going. I guess we're going to the other side. And then 12-7 here at halftime. 15-7. Odd score here. Doesn't really matter. 22-7. We could go. Yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl here. We're definitely going to go unless we choke this somehow because we're the Falcons. 32-22 as we're going to be beating the Packers and moving on to the Super Bowl. I feel like the sim feels a lot more realistic now that my team is better in every way instead of me losing to some random 9-8, 80 overall Rams team in simulation. Let's go. We got another trophy. I don't know if you guys can see this. Win Rookie of the Year with one of your players. Okay, so I got a Rookie of the Year already. I'm assuming that's my defensive Rookie of the Year, and I'm pretty sure I already had that. Yeah, Quincy Alexander, as you can see on the right side, wins Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. You'll love to see it. I guess this may be just flat-out Rookie of the Year. And, of course, we have to play the Chiefs, who are better than us in every single way, which sucks. But it's funny because last season, whenever I tried to sign Justin Simmons back in free agency, he said he wanted to be with historic champs, and then he signed with the Steelers, which makes sense. But now we're in the Super Bowl without him, so screw you. And for the team upgrades, Bijan goes up to Superstar X Factor. You'll love to see it. Surprise Drake London doesn't even have Star Dev yet. Defensively, what do we have? Jermaine Johnson and Arnold Ebiketie's been having good seasons, but they don't get Star Dev. Alexander, I'm assuming, goes from Star to Superstar after winning Rookie of the Year. Morris goes up, and then Burton is doing well. Clark Phillips with star dev and Bradford with star dev. Team's looking good. Collins has star dev as well. 90 overall team. But let's see if we can stop this absolute momentum that the Chiefs have going here. 90 overall team versus a 93 overall team. Here we are against the Chiefs. They're going to open up with 7. We're going to respond with 7. And then they're going to respond with 7. We're going to respond with 3 here, and then we're going to get the ball back, finally take the first lead of the game, 17-17 at halftime as well, 24-17. Our offense needs to respond. Wake up, offense, please. Key moments. What do we have? Red zone alert. They're going to take advantage. 24-24. Chiefs are just going to dominate because it's the Chiefs. And then a 3rd down alerts. Don't have it. 4th down alerts. I'm going to take over here. 24-31. I might just take over the rest of the game if I can here. Yeah, I really like this scoreboard at the bottom of the screen, but we're just trying to get to one of these drag routes here. Let's try and move out with Penix, get that on the run, move up the field. Darnell Mooney is going to convert that. Should I stay in for the rest of the game? I know if I give the ball back to the Chiefs, I'm going to get absolutely smacked, so I'm going to try and drain this clock the best I can. How do I run chew clock in this? If I double tap, can I not double tap? That's for coaching adjustments. This is for Super Sim. What happened? Why can't I? Am I stupid? Is there a way to change it? Okay, I guess I can't run chew clock in Madden 25. That's weird. 1st and 10, 2 minutes left. Gonna give it to Bijan. Should have a decent lane here. Minute 56. We have a minute 40 left. Oh no, roll out. Do I have that? I do have that there, and he throws it right into the dirt. Nice stuff, Michael Penix. And we have 3rd and 6. I don't know why I decided to run it, but I did. Bijan's going to power forward. It doesn't matter. And honestly, with that, I think I'm just going to give it back to the AI. Hopefully the AI doesn't choke this away for me. So we're going to do key moments. They're going to score. 1 minute left for the Chiefs. Can I back out? Okay, so 55 seconds left. How does it 1st and 10? They got stopped twice. 3rd down, make the stop. I'm not going to allow them to go any further. Then what do we have here for the Chiefs? Don't let them get the drag route. We got the sack on Mahomes, and that should bring us into overtime. I wish I got a chance to do the, the 2-point conversion. And then what do we have here? We have the kickoff. Patrick Mahomes sacked for a 7-yard loss. What do we have for the end game here? We are driving down the field. We're going to score a touchdown, and we will prevent the Chiefs from getting, their 5P in this simulation. Finally get a new Super Bowl animation. Yeah, whatever, Patrick Mahomes. You're sad that you finally lose a Super Bowl. Either way, team looking great. This will be a successful rebuild. Technically not with Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons because they didn't want to play for the team. They're missing out. They're no longer historic champs. They don't get the ring, but we do get that Super Bowl ring here with Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons. Finally, nice to see a new Super Bowl simulation. You love to see it. And is that even the right Super Bowl? I don't even know. Either way, it's nice to finally see a different Super Bowl simulation. If you can hear my PS5, it sounds like a fire jet because I got the Slim Edition. So, yeah. Love to see it, and that will be the end of the video. So anyways, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. Michael Penix will be your Super Bowl MVP as this is a successful rebuild. My very first Madden 25 rebuild is a successful rebuild. So if you guys want any specific rebuild videos, tutorials, or any series videos, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll probably feature your comment. So thank you guys once again all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.